The family going around a neighborhood tonight looking for answers. They say it was their relative found dead outside an apartment complex in Morrow. We first brought you to the scene there as breaking news Thursday when police swarmed the complex, but they still have not released the name of the victim.
"35-year-old Atlanta native Tonya White was a kind, loving, and amazing woman. She was loved by many, especially her 4 children, 3 daughters and a son, 2 high schoolers and 1 middle schooler, ranging in ages 4 to 16 years old. She had a close relationship with her family and was the only girl out of all of her siblings. They considered her the glue that kept everyone together. Tonya was also a very giving person, the type of person who would take the clothes off her back to help anyone, even complete strangers. Although she was raising 4 children of her own, if she saw a child in need, she would help them. Just last year for Christmas, a friend informed her about a couple of kids that didn't have anything. She literally went to her trunk and gave them everything she had. She even gave up her apartment one time for a family that was in need. Never could anyone have imagined the tragic and senseless news that would change the lives of everyone that knew and loved her. Around 11:30 a.m. on September 22nd, Clayton County Police were called to the Regal Forest Apartments on Trammell Road in Morrow, Georgia, for reports of a person being shot. Upon arrival, they would focus on 2 vehicles inside of a parking lot. One was partially over a curb in a grassy area. The second was pulled out of a parking spot with the driver's door open. Inside one of the vehicles was a man who appeared to have no injuries. Next to him was the body of an unidentified, deceased woman.
This incident took place earlier this week. We understand police are still investigating what exactly happened.
The family wants us to know her name.
That's right. They were out asking neighbors if they heard or saw anything here on Thursday. They were also singing songs here outside this makeshift memorial. The family of 34-year-old Tonya White gathered Saturday evening to grieve here in the parking lot at the Regal Forest Apartments on Trammell Road.
I appreciate them, showing up, showing us love, and all of the family getting together, but we all just hurting together.
Gregory White says this is where his sister was shot and killed on Thursday. News Chopper 2 flew over the complex Thursday and saw an active scene with officers surrounding the area and police tape around the parking lot.
And it's sad that it's a tragic situation that brought us out here at this location.
Family told Channel 2 that's exactly why they're here, to speak her name and tell her story.
We just want to make sure that everybody out here in this neighborhood know that we love her and we care about her.
Initially, police were unable to identify the deceased woman, who was soon identified by her family as 35-year-old Tonya White. Details on what led to the investigation are limited. Police have not released any information about what prompted their response. A suspect, who was not immediately identified, was quickly arrested after a brief barricade situation. Officers say the suspect still had the weapon and refused to exit the vehicle when they first arrived at the scene. Eventually, he put his weapon down and surrendered. A few days after her passing, roughly 100 friends, family, and even strangers came together to honor Tonya's life with a vigil and balloon release. Tonya's younger brother, visibly heartbroken, says, "Death is tragic for anyone, but to have your loved one taken from you is a different type of hurt." The loss is now hitting home as they figure out where to go from here.
It was a sea of purple and white balloons lit up by candles for Tonya White. Her family is still trying to believe at 35 years old, she's no longer alive.
Devastated, heartbroken, trying to keep it together for her kids, my mom. Trying to stay strong.
Gabrielle Grubb says her sister Tonya was not only raising 4 children, but she always gave, even to complete strangers when she could.
She even gave up her apartment one time for a family that was in need. She was very loving.
The crowd tonight, perhaps a couple hundred deep, made up of family, friends, and strangers, provided strength for Tonya's brother.
I just told one of our childhood friends I haven't seen in almost 10 years that, just seeing their face, just knowing that, they love her, just keeps us going. It keeps us strong.
And even though the purple and white balloons were released and floated away tonight, Tonya's family will always hold on to their memories of her and never let those moments leave them.
She was very loving. She tried to do everything for anybody.
The suspect was later identified as Tonya's ex-boyfriend, 40-year-old Jornell Jamil Williams. He was arrested and charged with malice murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Tonya's family has started a GoFundMe to help pay for her unexpected funeral expenses. Clayton County Police are still investigating a motive and the details that led up to the shooting.